Hey, what's up? What's up? Hold on, I gotta play my intro song. This is an instrumental that I've been listening to, and I'm gonna play it just to warm me up. Playing it really low. Might have to lower it a little bit. All right, what's up? What's up, beautiful people? Greetings, AML fam. Sending my warm and heartfelt welcome to the chat. It's amazing to see all you wonderful people in here with me. I appreciate each and every one of you that's here today. So we're here to connect. Excuse me, I'm a little cold. I hate the cold. Some of y'all actually have favorite time of the year, but me, I got a sweater on right now, a hoodie, matter of fact, and I'm still cold. But greetings, fam. We are here to connect, to learn, and to share our knowledge with each other. So let's come together and ask questions and explore addiction together. Remember, AML fam, no question is too big or small. We're here to support and guide each other through this mission that we're on. So let's dive in. Let's have fun and make this live chat an incredible experience for everyone. So once again, AML fam, thank you for joining. Let's make this unforgettable. So greetings to all. I'm seeing a lot of beautiful people in the room. I appreciate your time. In the back room is Sarah. She's she is going to be helping me co-host tonight. So I really appreciate her. She's in the back chilling. But yeah, I really didn't have a topic to cover tonight, but something came across my news feed on Facebook and I clicked on it, and it pertains to what we're fighting. Sarah, what's up, Sarah? Let me bring you up.
Hey, I'm not so sure I want the camera on me today.
It's all right, love. Hey, listen, you doing that, I give you props.
Yeah, I
For
just
you
got off
doing
work.
that.
I definitely tried to get in the shower, but it was like just too close. So
Yeah.
I'm just
I appreciate you just, taking your time. I know how it is. You're getting off work, you're tired, exhausted, and you're, stopping by to hang out with us. So I appreciate you. How has life been?
life's been good, just the regular ups and downs, but I just take it day by day, you know what I mean? And just try and find a positive. It's actually raining right here, like so hard by me. Is it raining by you?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sitting on
It's
the
stopped
porch.
now. It's
Yeah.
still raining, so it's dropping in your neck of the woods right now.
It was so funny because I was so busy at work. I went at 8 and I got off around 4:30 or 5. And when I walked out, I didn't even know it had been raining all day.
Right. Yeah, it came out of the blue, to be honest. But once I saw the sky looking all great, I said, you know what? Rain is approaching. And usually I start getting headaches. My wrists start hurting when it's about to rain. It's weird.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah, I don't know why. It never used to happen to me before, but as you start punching that clock on the age
Yeah.
start changing
I'm
in the body.
37. I don't think I said that in my thing. How old are you? If you don't
I'm
mind me.
grown. Mal is grown. Age has no limits for me, you know.
Yeah.
So listen, AML fam, there's this news I want for us to go over tonight, and we're gonna go over it together. So that way, I just happened to come across it yesterday, so we're gonna watch it together, right? So everybody can have give their perspective on what they feel about it. So let me play the news clip on Memento. Sorry, you know I have to warm up. All right, let's see which one is this. No, this. Let me see. Okay. All right, let's watch this news article. Some of y'all may have already heard about this story, or some of y'all may have not. So let's check it out.
We are continuing to follow breaking news at a daycare in the Bronx. And a very sad update. We just learned that one child is dead in an incident that happened there. At least 4 kids were involved in this incident.
Yeah, where they became ill and emergency workers have been on the scene. And Anthony Carlo, Eyewitness News reporter, has just arrived on the scene. This is in Kingsbridge. Anthony, what can you tell us now?
Well, to start off, as you mentioned, just very sad news to learn that one child is dead. One boy has died in this incident. I want to just push in right now to show you the activity that's going on behind me. As you can see, there are plenty of firefighters here congregating outside of what is a daycare here at 2707 Morris Avenue. Both the fire department and the police department responded to this building just before 3 p.m. for reports of children going into cardiac arrest. Now, since we have been here, we have seen some firefighters entering this building wearing breathing apparatus on their face. So certainly equipment that they are using to treat this carefully, because we are still gathering more details as far as what actually caused this incident to happen. 4 children, though, as far as we know, according to police sources, are being treated following this incident at this Bronx daycare. Again, we just mentioned that one of those children, sadly, we have learned has now died. There were 2 pediatric patients taken in critical condition to Montefiore Medical Center. Police sources say a 3rd patient was stable, and the condition of a 4th patient is unknown, both taken to area hospitals. Now, again, this is a daycare here, as we've learned. That daycare called Divino Nino, and according to its sign, it is for children 6 weeks to 12 years old. So we do not know the ages of the 4 children that were taken to hospitals based on this incident just yet, but we do know that they are young people, as far as we know, and a young boy has died. As far as what caused this incident to occur, well, right now investigators are looking into the possibility of carbon monoxide being the cause of the reports of cardiac arrest here. But we're also learning that they're looking into the level of just how suspicious the cause of this entire ordeal is. And we're waiting to learn more details, of course, on all of that, and we'll keep you updated. But again, I'll just show you one more time. You can see tons of emergency personnel, a fire chief here on scene, firefighters geared up. We saw them entering the building wearing some sort of breathing apparatus as they treat this scene here. And again, we know that 4 young victims so far in all of this taken to hospitals. One child, a boy, as far as we know at this point, has died.
Okay, so they're saying carbon monoxide. That was yesterday. They said carbon monoxide, but today is being reported it was fentanyl because the kids had to be given Narcan. So let's check out this other story. One second, y'all. Let me get up out of here. So let's watch this other video. I'm just trying to get, the full backstory. So we're watching this together. Let me pull this back up on this. Let me share the screen once more. Yeah, but it's sad. Kids, Low babies, daycare center. Let's get into this other one, all right? Let's watch this together. And that's the daycare center right there. Gotta give you a heads up. This video is 15 minutes, 15 minutes. But it'll explain more to us.
I'm glad it's you, not somebody else. I'm glad it's you, not somebody else. No, they brought out a few bags. I don't know. I think that's the DA's videographer. Yeah.
Yeah, give it some time. Yeah, I don't want to skip the video. I don't want us to miss anything.
This is actually a really good video, wherever you got this, like to show what they're doing.
So that's all evidence they're gathering.
What do you have to stay here until everybody's out? No, we just want to make sure that like they're going Thank you so much. Thank you. Is there another
They
grad
just
that's
check their
coming
pupils.
They talking about workout, getting their workout.
He just checked their pupils though. Did you see that? He was like, make sure that they're all dilated.
Just a little patient, yeah. We're almost there. Let me see. Let me check the scoreboard. Say we have patience is a virtue, right?
A lot of juggle.
When it comes to the kids, we gotta have all the patience. Yeah, it happened yesterday. This is very serious. Yeah, it happened yesterday at a daycare center in the Bronx. That's the crime scene unit. See, Trank knows the backstory. I don't know the backstory, Trank. So we're just watching this together to get more details. They thought it was carbon monoxide, but it's not. So the kids had to be given Narcan. Oh, it's not my footage, Addicted Mind. It's another YouTuber video that I'm showing. Yeah, but he definitely got a good camera, especially in the nighttime. It's harder to get good footage in the night if you have low light. Thanks, Mary Packer, for the shout out. Belinda, hi. What's up, Shay? Shout out to everyone watching. Let me see how many more minutes we have left because the police crew is going to make a statement. All right, so we already saw this already. What I'm saying is just behind the scenes. So let's just get to the police people talking because what they're showing is just a
We're here to
daycare.
give you a briefing on a terrible incident that took place earlier today with 4 children who appear to have come in contact with an opioid that led to hospitalization for 3 of the children, and 1 child is DOA, died from this interaction. Commissioner Caban will give an overall update, and Chief Kennedy will give the preliminary information that we have available at this time, and Dr. Fassan will give the overview on these types of substances and what was the role in inspections that took place with the Department of Health and Mental Hygiene. Commissioner?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to say our thoughts and prayers with the family at this time. Tonight is every parent's worst nightmare. Our children are a gift from God in this world. They're innocent. We must always protect them. As a father, I can tell you, my kids are my heart, and my heart is heavy this evening. As we stand here in this hospital, 1 baby has passed away, 1 fights for their life, and yet another is still on the medical care. I don't know exactly what happened to those babies. My chief detectives, Joe Kenny, is leading the investigation and will get us those answers. And he will share what he knows at this moment. But for now, there is one thing I do know, and that is we should not be here. These children do not deserve this. So please pray for them and their families. I will now turn it over to our chief detectives, Joe Kenny.
Thank you, Commissioner. At 2:43 this afternoon, we received a 911 call for 3 unconscious children at 2707 Morris Avenue here in the Bronx. This location is a daycare center named the Kingsbridge Heights Community Center. Here we found 3 children, 2 males, 2 years old, 1 female, 8 months old. All 3 children were unresponsive and demonstrating symptoms of opioid exposure. Narcan was administered to all 3 of these children in an attempt to save their lives. 2 children survived, unfortunately. 1 male, 2 years old, passed away at Montefiore Hospital at 3:29 p.m. Additionally, we learned that another child, a male, 2 years old, was removed from this same daycare center earlier in the day at 12:15 p.m. Once home, the child's mother noticed that the kid was acting lethargic and unresponsive. He was brought to Bronx Care Hospital, where he was administered Narcan, and his life was saved. The NYPD executed a search warrant at this daycare center where we discovered a kilo press. This is an item that is commonly used by drug dealers when packaging large quantities of drugs. This is an active criminal investigation. The children involved are 3 males, 2 years old, 1 female, 8 months old. 1 child was brought to Bronx care. 3 children were brought to Montefiore Hospital. 207 Morris Avenue is a licensed daycare center by the state of New York. It was last inspected September 9th of this year, where no violations were observed. This investigation is ongoing.
Hello, I'm Dr. Vassan from the Department of Health. As a doctor, as the city's doctor, as a father of 3 small kids, as a New Yorker, my heart's breaking tonight for this family that's lost their precious 1-year-old son. I'm here today to talk a little bit about what we know about the site at which this event happened. This was a home-based childcare site under the official authority of the New York State Office of Children and Family Services. The Department of Health and Mental Hygiene conducts inspections on behalf of OCFS and inspected, as Chief Kennedy just described, inspected this site as recently as September 9th and found no violations. This is a new site, was opened in January of just this year, had its routine inspections, 2 in the beginning in order to get its license, and 1 surprise visit that was the September 9th site, and no violations were found. I want to talk a little bit, secondly, about fentanyl and opioids in general. We've heard a lot about fentanyl. We've prioritized the overdose crisis in this administration's mental health plan because we know it affects everyone. And tonight, that's been brought home to bear in this challenge we face. A small child, not someone we would think would be at risk of interacting with opioids, has come into contact with a powerful substance, which can, through either inhalation, ingestion, or in touching of the skin, intoxicate the recipient. We don't know what happened in this case, and as the chief said, there is an active investigation. But what it tells us is that the overdose crisis affects all of us, which is why it's an all hands on deck public health moment. So once again, our hearts go out to the family for their loss.
Thank you. And as Chief Kenny stated, this is an active investigation, and we are going to find out the cause of this incident. And to the families, this is clearly an impact on us all. To lose a child and just listen to the ages of these children, and speaking with the mom and dad a few moments ago and seeing the pain that they are experiencing is something that all of us as New Yorkers are experiencing, and all of us who are parents. This crisis is real, and it is a real wake-up call for individuals who have opioids or fentanyl in their homes. The mere contact is deadly for an adult and is extremely deadly for a child. We are really sending out a message to all New Yorkers, but specifically those who have these substances inside their homes. This can have an impact on your family and an impact on your children. Our hearts break for these families that are involved. We will lift them up in prayer, and we will get to the bottom of this. And I want to thank.
Yeah, let's check out another news article from the same channel. Let's see. It said 2 arrests for death of 1-year-old at Bronx daycare. Let's check this out. Two arrests have been made, and that's one right there.
Gray, were there opioids in your daycare center?
Anything to say to the families?
I'm gonna take that back one time. I'm bad, y'all. Let me take that back.
Gray, were there opioids in your daycare center? What do you want to say to the families?
That was great, right? Crazy. Head down. Fully loaded. He's hiding. Another man.
She's not even showing any signs of remorse.
Well, I didn't think about anything on this case. Ducking down in there too. He raised his head just now. I guess he saw somebody pointing at him and dropped their head again. Some lucky person just got.
Hi, sir. Can you just say and spell your name for me, please?
My name is Chris. They call me Gutter on the streets, G-U-T-T-E-R.
And can you describe how you feel about this incident that you heard about?
Very, very sad. Sad that a baby lost their life. Two babies are in critical condition right now. I got kids. Everybody know I got kids, but touches here. Sad. Really, really, really sad that this happened. And it's even more sad that it's even more sad that the father had to tell the kids' siblings that their sibling is not coming home, and that's it.
And thank you. And for the community, what message would you have for people who have kids, and what would you want to describe to them to do when they're enrolling their child or their children into daycare or schools? What precautions should parents take, especially you being a parent?
The first precaution they need to take is make sure the daycare has cameras that you can have access to. So while your kid's in daycare, you should have access to the cameras that are in the daycare so you can see exactly what's going on with your kid. Anything happens with your kid, you know that they fell, you know that this happened to them, a kid scratched them, that happened to them, the diapers is being changed here, you know, you understand? My kids' daycare, that's what they had in it. We had access to the cameras and we watched them when we was at work. So,
Thank you.
It is what it is.
Thank you. So anything else you'd like to share with me?
No, that's it, man.
Thank you.
Running a daycare, and there's kids in there, you put their life on jeopardy.
Any drugs.
Can you describe how you feel about finding out that it was innocent children?
I feel bad. I got grandkids. I will never will feel good with a person that got kids in their daycare or taking care of any kids that dealing with stuff like that in their house, knowing that they got kids in there.
Mm-hmm.
So my concern, I don't know these people, I don't know them at all, but to my concern, I think she knew what was going on in there.
Right.
I don't think she didn't know nothing. She knew.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with me?
It hurts.
Yes. What's your first name?
Joanne.
Can you please spell it for me?
Johanny.
And how did you first find out about it? Who told you?
Through the news. I was watching the news at that moment. Also, too, I live close to there. And I ran over there to watch everything that was going on. Everybody feels sad. The whole neighborhood around that area. The whole Bronx. We are hurt.
Right.
They was baby, angels. How you got kids in your apartment? Running a daycare.
So from the information I have, it was a legitimate daycare. All their licenses checked out.
I don't know. Supposedly 2 weeks ago, she had an infection there. Everything went through. The city gonna have to investigate the inspector that went in there too. Because how you gonna go and inspect the daycare and you're not gonna see or smell or find out what was going on in there?
And do you have a message for the families that were involved?
With all my respect, I don't have no word. I don't. Kids, and I know they hurt, and it's hurting every mother, everybody. Now we don't trust daycare. I got grandbabies, and I work 3 days on my job, and I spend 3 days in my house taking care of my own grandkids, because I don't want my grandkids in no daycare. Those daycare, they need to be more checked out by the city.
And lastly, what would you want to say to any community members that have children and that are trying to enroll them to daycare? What message would you have?
Before you get your baby in daycare, investigate them first. Make sure you go through the place where they're going to be at and check good. Make sure that it's nothing in that daycare that your baby could get hurt.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Take care.
I think she knew what was going on in there.
What made you want to come here?
I left close to here. I was going through, and I saw what was going on, so I stopped my car over there.
What's it like for you now knowing that they were both arrested, the daycare owner and the person that there's a stuff in his life?
Everybody knows. The whole world is listening to the news. We're not stupid. We're human beings. We mother, grandmother. And the way those kids got hurt, I think it's something that nobody deserves that. No mother, no grandmother. And this is something that
What's your message for the family of the little boy that died?
with all my respect, I feel sorry for the loss. And we support them. We're going to support them because they was good parents. They trusted that daycare, bringing their baby there, look what happened.
What's your name, please?
Joanne.
Last name?
Martinez.
Joanne?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You knew the parents?
No.
My daughter lived on the block.
Yeah. I got family that live in that block. Yeah.
You know the daycare?
No, never. But watching the news and seeing what's going on and see what happened to those babies, of course, I'm a grandmother. I'm a mother. I raised 4 kids. They old now. It hurts. It hurts.
So you came by just to see justice?
I was driving through. My cousins parked there, so I knew they was here because it's on the news. So I stopped. You know, we all together, the Bronx is together. We're not going to allow this to happen again. We're not, because they playing with babies' life. They put those baby life on jeopardy. The city going to have to step up more and go through any daycare and investigate them good, because the way things happen in there, I don't think it was right.
But Joanna's a mom and a grandma.
I'm a grandmother, I'm a mother, and I'm an aunt. And I raised 4 kids on my own. And my kids is old already. I never took my kids to no daycare because I don't trust daycare.
This clearly makes you angry. It makes you upset.
Yes, everybody, we all are. They was baby, angels. Who want to see a baby die like that? Nobody.
Thank you for your time.
Nobody. And to my concern, I don't know them from nowhere. I don't know them at all. But to my concern, I think she knew. I think she knew what was going on in that daycare. The owner, you run the daycare. How you not gonna know what was in there? Come on, we're not stupid. We're not.
Thank you for speaking with us.
You're welcome.
Just 2 people. So when you pull up, it's a little easy over there.
Just fast forward. We're at the end of this video. So I'm just trying to see. Where is this? Is this
like within 20 minutes?
Oh, these are just B-rolls. All right, so that was just B-rolls. So yeah, AML fam, that lady Joanne, she's official, right? She definitely, when she talks, you can feel how angry she is, and she has all right to be angry. Hold on, I don't know, something's in the back, and it's making weird noises. Oh, you know what? That might be that might be Sarah background. 'Cause I was like, what's that noise in the background? Oh, nah, you're good. I was just trying to make sure.
I keep muting and unmuting because I don't
Nah,
want
you're
to.
good.
Yeah.
I was just trying to make sure that was in my end. But yeah, Sarah, hearing this situation, you have children. How do you feel about it?
This is like a perfect example of just like the drug epidemic, like trickling down to like people that just absolutely don't deserve it. Like, and when it comes to daycares, like she is right. Like honestly, you could tell people anything, but even if you have cameras, you don't know what's going on in the back. Like, and it's very scary that somebody like it's one thing to run a front for your drug business, bro, but in a daycare, come on, like that's just it's just wild to me, and I'm honestly so thankful that my children are in school. that's that's like really how I feel, but it's so sad, like, I mean, I can't even really think about it because it's like they just, a child, like, come on. I mean, even the drug addicts nowadays are saying the same thing. We didn't sign up for this because of how much stuff has changed on the streets. But then when it affects a child, and you know what is sad? That maybe because this happened, they'll start to look at it as a real problem, like they need to. But it had to come to this, though.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
it's just a lot. Like that's a lot to unpack. That whole situation, there's so many levels to it, And honestly, when you sent me the first one, and then I had seen the second one, when I was hearing about it, when I was listening to it, I was thinking my arms started to raise, like my hairs on my arms started to raise, and I'm thinking this wasn't like I was immediately thinking this, and then they said carbon monoxide, and it's so sad that you wish it was carbon. How do you ever wish a situation was carbon monoxide, like, But like, gosh, so it's just wild.
It's heartbreaking because I'm a parent myself, and I could only imagine going to pick up my child because I used to take my kids to, daycare, and a lot of us sometimes we take our kids to home, hood daycares. When I say hood daycares, is the mom and the pop house where you can leave your kids with your friends or somebody that that say, "Oh, I babysit kids." I've been guilty of taking my kids to people's houses to watch them who say it was babysitter, but they weren't licensed. So I took a lot of risks too. But I could only imagine these people were licensed people, and this is going on in the facility where kids are, and who know how long this been going on. And like you said, it had to take for something tragic for people to wake up and realize we have a huge crisis on our hand. And me looking at the two people that are being accused of this, there was no remorse, no sympathy. Like if they had me in handcuff, like how they had this lady in handcuff, I'll be, crying. I'll be asking for forgiveness. I'll be because a baby died. That baby didn't even look. She living her life. She's grown. She got to experience life, but that baby's never going to experience life, and that's a real hard pill to swallow as a parent. Yeah, so I know it's a lot of parents. Even if you are not a parent, you still have emotions. You got feelings. So yeah, Sarah, you're right. This is definitely a pill that's definitely it's hard. I don't know, the parents. I pray for some type of comfort, even though I know it will never be comfort. It will always be that thought of your child. If anyone,
That's gonna be tough. I mean, so much, and we know nothing about them. But if this was their, imagine if they have like no other connection to addiction or anything like that. Like, oh my gosh, I just feel so awful for them. I
do
really
you
do.
do you
Because
think
it's like
the
one thing for your child, something to happen to your child, like just health wise, I've gone through that, and it's awful, it's the worst thing in the world. But something like this, where it's like they might feel some guilt that they didn't send them to the right daycare, but they really probably did everything that they could, So it's just, I just hope that they can find some type of comfort at some point, but it's going to be a long journey for them,
Mhm.
you know?
Facts? It's not going to be the same going home, seeing your child room or their crib, and you don't have that. They are no longer there. That feeling alone. That's what makes a lot of people go into the deep ends, make people run to addiction, stuff like this, because that heartache is unbearable.
But this is also, it just like clicked to me, a perfect example of like um how we should just hate the drugs. We should hate addiction and the drugs, like not the addict. You know, this is like a perfect example of like the drug, like people tend to hate addicts instead of hating the drugs. Like it's the drugs and um you know the problems that come along with drugs, but hate the drugs. It should be a war on drugs, but it seems like it's a war on the addicts.
Because the people who are judging are the people who don't know about addiction. They never
Right.
experienced this. So
So
for them,
hopefully
from
this
the
also opens people's eyes to that too, because it doesn't look like, and I don't mean to be stereotypical because Lord knows I do not like stereotypes or judgment, but just by looking at these people, where they live at, how they were dressed, things like that, it doesn't look like they were addicts. So hopefully this is another eye opener to make people hate drugs and drugs, period, just not the addicts. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's the goal. Hopefully, it will catch on that people will get that message that you were saying. Hate the drugs, not the addict. But we have to educate the public first. The public has to be willing to learn and understand. So that's the issues. The public have to be willing to accept addiction. And if when I say accept addiction, I mean it's already exists already. We have to embrace it and find out ways to demolish it.
Right.
When these people go to the hospital, Myra went to the hospital not too long ago to go,
I was
get
reading
help.
about that. Oh my gosh. It's
And instead of
awful.
them embracing Myra with an open arm, saying, okay, this person wants to get help. Let's embrace her. Let's hug her. Like if our own child was in her shoes. But instead, they didn't do that because of her not having Medicaid. She was turned away, and that leads to depression. When you want to do something right there and now, that's when it should be taken serious. Not, oh, come back 30 days.
Right.
What do you think?
That's
30 days, that
wild.
person going back into the streets. So the system needs a lot of repair. That's what we have to start with, the system, because they are the one controlling this whole arena that we're in, the system, because they have the power. What do you think?
I think I was looking at that. And you know what's wild about that? There's been so many times that I feel like Medicaid hasn't worked like that for like, so I'm just really confused about that situation. There should have been somebody there that should have been able to help her, period. You
They
know,
they
and then
said,
on top of that, it's like in those areas now, they're treating if somebody walked into a hospital with the wounds that the addicts and people down there right now are experiencing, like they would keep them longer, they would do more. I feel like, you know what I mean, they're
mhm.
now to it's so normal, quote unquote, down there, that they're treating it like an in and out situation. They shouldn't be treated like that. You know what I mean? It's like they're normalizing that, but they're not reacting to the actual problem. They're just like recycling people in and out of hospitals that if anywhere else in America they would go with wounds like this, they would be kept longer and made sure that they were sent somewhere to be properly taken care of. It's crazy.
Yeah, the system needs a lot of repair. In my opinion, the system needs to be dug up from the ground, and a whole new seed has to be planted. And this new seed that is planted is covered with empathy and compassion, because I don't see that in these professional places where people go to get help. It's rare to see that. It's might be like 2 out of 10 staff to have that, but the system needs to train their employees to have empathy and compassion if they're taking jobs that's to help people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I've seen it firsthand how people are treated when they are in the hospital. They are treated like just a number on a card. It's not like, oh, this is a human being. Let me show some empathy and compassion to this person. It's not there. And that's why a lot of people AMA out the hospital, because if you're showing me you don't care, I'm already, feel like I have given up on myself. I need people to encourage me, to push me, to let me know I'm still important. But a lot of the times they don't do that. They just, if the person say, okay, I want an AMA, they be like, okay, all right, the nurse is coming up, sign this paper. If you leave, we're not responsible. Just like that. It's no stay there. It's no pleading with the person. It's what I'm saying from my personal experience. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have to give a quick update on Allie, on Samantha. Her family reached out to me after a long search looking for her, and they wasn't successful. But I ran into her and I put it out there, and the family, was very thankful because they've been searching for her. But long story short, the mother went out there yesterday to see Samantha to try to get her into rehab. All Samantha wanted was money. All she wanted to do was to get high. And that left her mother heartbroken. Her mother went back home because she didn't want to enable her. So that's the situation with Samantha. Her mother tried again to help her, but she doesn't want to help. So now as a society, what do we do when a person is already in a state where they can't make good choices for themselves because the drugs are so powerful, is controlling their decisions. You see, hold on, yeah. So I don't really know what to say to the parents because I offer the best advice I can give. I'm not a specialist on this matter. I'm just a regular guy who just have experience, being involved with drugs. What do we say to this mother? So it's a struggle, yeah. It's a struggle. It's like so hard. There's so many people out there who are dying. Look at the situation with Elaine. Same situation with Elaine. She went to the hospital recently, found out she got endocarditis. I don't know if I'm saying that word right because I always struggle saying endo. I used to say endocarditis, but they said no, it's endocarditis. She she found out she had endocarditis, but she's still AMA out the hospital, and her arm is still raw. You can see the meat, and she thinks she's getting better, but from my observation, she's not getting any better. She's just getting worse. So her mom is 80 years old, and that lady is praying for her daughter to come home, but her daughter's still stuck in the black hole. And Elaine, every time I see Elaine, she got a needle behind her ears. And that's tough. Back in the days we had cigarettes behind our ears, but she got a needle behind her ears. So it's like that pull that drug has on her is really strong. And there's so many people in the same boat. So what do we do? CJ is the same situation. His family went out there to go get him, and he refused their help. And they asking me, have you seen him? I see him, but for me to even take a picture of him or do anything with him, he wants me to give him money. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to give you money, brother. You see your situation already. I'm not going to enable your situation. You need to go to the hospital. So it's like all these people out there who are drenched in their addiction. The drugs has this powerful pull on them. All the drugs is telling them to do is feed me, feed me, feed me, feed me. And they're just so weak and they keep on, killing themselves slowly. Let me see who else I wanted to cover. Who else? If you have anything you want to talk about, Sarah, you more than
I would
welcome
like
to
to
be here.
know, did you ever look into, this is my thing with this situation specifically in Kensington right now. I feel like, have you ever looked into like how people will say to you, can't you basically 302 a person, like something like that, where, because my whole thing is you people have said it in your interviews, nobody signed up for this. It's so strong now. It's like people should be able to, if their families are willing to sign a paper, if the system would make some type of exception right now to make some special whatever they have to do to make a period of time where their families could sign a paper and 302 these people, like they need it. They can't walk away from it. They can't. Look at, you know what I mean? It's so hard. I can't imagine what they're actually going through. I mean, these people have literally lost everything and their bodies are being eaten away. Do you know how hard it seems like to even think about getting clean for them? It's so many obstacles. You know what I mean? They're not, like, they're so weak right now and beaten down. I feel like they should be able to, Philadelphia needs to respond and react to this. It's not going to get any better unless they do something special and crazy, because that's what it needs.
They need to send the National Guard. FEMA needs
Yes,
to be
something
involved. This
like
is
a
a national crisis.
yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Like claim it into like a national disaster area and make it have special funding to allow, or I don't know what, legal stuff terminology is, but like sign some type of like special petition, like whatever they have to do to make right there in the city, if families want to come down and go places, sign a paper or something, to make it where they have to at least go somewhere for a couple days and start being treated to where they're maybe comfortable and will stay. Oh my
Yeah.
God, it's crazy.
So a lady messaged me something in regard to something similar to what you were saying. She said, "Please let me know." Okay, this is what she I'm gonna read what she messaged me. She said, "Please let me extend a little bit of advice for family and friends of those addicted. I do not recommend making this public. It will be counterproductive. If their loved one in addiction has or does send texts stating they want to die, they are trying to kill themselves, never delete them. Lock the message, print them out, and email them to themselves. Once their loved one is in the hospital slash, once their loved one is in the hospital, family, friends can immediately request a 302 hold. Once the 72 hours are up, our loved one either has to self-commit to 28 days in a mental health facility or go in front of the judge who will review the family statement and evidence, hospital records, and anything else. Most time, the judge will court commit to a mental health facility and it's longer than 28 days. This way, there is no AMA. An aide is assigned to the room 24/7. They receive detox meds, antibiotics if necessary, and any type of care mandated to ensure they are healthy enough to enter rehab, mental health, nursing rehab, etc., under the judge orders. This prevent that gap between AMA and refusing to stay for treatment of open wounds, heart problems, and health emergency our loved ones are suffering from. I highly and strongly urge you to get this information to any and all family and friends who reach out to you. So, what do you think about that?
That's interesting. I mean, it sounds really good. I don't know. I mean, I've never heard of it, so I'm intrigued by it. Is this?
Right.
I wonder if it's like a nationwide thing or if that's just like.
So if anyone receive a text message from their loved one saying that they want to kill themselves and stuff like that, or you can even set it up like they can send you a message like if it's that serious, they can just because sometimes you have to lie to get things done. I'm sorry, in the system, that's how the system is. You have to lie because sometimes if you tell them the truth, they won't help you. So a lot of the times people lie to get ahead in the system. So this might be one of those scenarios. If a person really want help and they not getting it, you can use this method. Just as a thought. That's what she sent me. She wanted me to share it with the fam. I'm
That's
trying to
good.
look. I'm trying to look for this video that Miss R sent to me. I want us to watch it also too. Yeah, you can talk while I'm looking for this video.
I'm
Miss
so
R.
sad for Elaine.
Hmm?
I'm so sad about Elaine.
Yeah, Elaine, exactly. She has a loving mom, and this lady is 80 years old. She just heartbroken. And Elaine situation is not getting any better because she keeps leaving the hospital. Every time she go there, she leave the hospital. As you can see in this picture, she got a hospital band on her left hand. She can't. She doesn't stay long enough to even go to rehab because she AMA all the time, and it's such a struggle. So many people are doing the same thing, and it's like it's frustrating. So we
Absolutely.
we have to try to find other ways to help them. Since they can't help themselves, society has to help them because ain't no way in the world you will see a drug sucking the life out of you and you still taking it if your mental is not right. That's what you're going to keep doing. You're going to keep feeding the drugs because your mental is not right, because the drugs have hijack your brains. So it's making you think that you're all right, tricking you, but no, you're not. You're dying slowly. And that's some of them don't realize that. Hey, where's this video? Yeah.
I'm gonna
And
have to work on my avatar. Is that
it's
what
all
they
right.
call
Yeah.
it?
Avatar. Oh yeah. Thumbnail. Miss Karen, I'm sorry. I'm lost in my email again. Let's see. I'm sorry. If anybody want to come up and chat, you're more than welcome to. I'm gonna drop the link. I'm just trying to find this video for us to watch. There are different methods in helping people who are struggling with addiction. Some are forcing people to go to jail, which is the video that I want to show you. Is something that they are trying to pass, a law that they are trying to pass in another state, where that if they see you out on the street and you're struggling and they ask you for help and you don't want the help, they are going to remove you by force and put you in jail or some type of. So I don't know how I feel about that. Is I got mixed feelings about that. So I just want to find that video so I can show. Well, I don't know, man. I get lost in my email. Hopefully I find it. Because I really want y'all to watch it with me because it's interesting. So I can get okay. All right, I found it, y'all. I think I have. Yeah, this is it. All right, let's watch this together, fam. And let's see how this state is handling their addiction crisis. And maybe Philadelphia can learn something from them. All right, let me go to it. Hold on, where is it? I got like 100 tabs open right now. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta close some of these tabs or else I'll get confused. Where is it? I just had it. Okay, here we go. Let's watch it. Hold on, yeah. What the hell? It's playing somewhere. I gotta turn it. Okay, my bad, y'all. Let me share the screen. Okay, let's watch this video for Miss Karen.
Camping in public. The new rule bans camping in public places, giving police authority to arrest people who won't move on.
But homeless advocates say they need help, not handcuffs. Local 10's Christina Vasquez is live with both sides of the debate.
Indeed, and while some homeless advocates, they describe this proposed no camping laws being cruel and inhumane. In fact, they see it as essentially a homeless deportation order to Miami. We have some commissioners that are framing it as compassionate. They say it's for the safety of that vulnerable population, and they think it's going to incentivize them to accept available services.
So in effect, the ordinance would give people a choice between exile and arrest.
And the way that they're living right now is inhumane, and they deserve better. And this gets us there.
Miami commissioners.
For folks who are suffering from mental health situations or even addiction, putting them in jail makes that condition worse for many of them.
Discussing a new ordinance that would ban camping, sleeping outdoors on public property, which some homeless advocates view this way.
It penalizes people for the very act of survival.
It doesn't criminalize the status of homelessness. It simply says that we're not going to have encampments in the city. I don't think we can do that.
The proposed ordinance says police can make an arrest if a homeless person refuses offered shelter placement. Availability is the key. If no shelter beds are available, no arrest can be made.
We will even buy you a bus ticket if you want to go home.
There are no homeless shelters in Miami Beach. The mayor is saying the municipality does buy shelter bed spaces in Miami.
We have beds all over the county that we will provide for people. We're about to give more money to the Homeless Trust.
The Miami Beach camping ordinance is modeled on one out of Orlando, which years ago the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals upheld, finding that, quote, the city is constitutionally allowed to regulate where camping occurs. A disparate effect on the homeless does not violate equal protection, nor is sleeping out of doors a fundamental right.
If you don't want to see the unhoused, close your eyes.
Just within the last half hour, it did pass on a 4-3 vote on its first reading. So what happens next? This is an intersection with you. There is a public hearing when that second reading is scheduled October 18th. Reporting live for you, I'm Christina Vasquez, Local 10 News.
So there you have it. There is another solution that
this drug is a monster.
Is going to work.
They're trying to find Narcan as possibly an overdose.
Turn this off, yeah.
These people didn't even realize they were selling the most dangerous drug in the world.
All right, so yeah, that's another story. But hey, Deidre in the house. What's up, Deidre? Is she there?
Hello.
What's up, Deidre?
How you doing?
We doing great. How you doing today?
I'm doing really good today.
So have you been hearing about some of the topics we've been going over?
In reference to that daycare?
Mm-hmm. That's the first one.
That's terrible. That's terrible. I tell you, this drug epidemic is getting worse and worse, and I don't know if they have a solution or something has to give and something has to change.
Facts. I mean, there are people working.
There are too many people dying.
Facts. Look, last year alone, 100,000 people plus died from overdose in just 1 year alone. And imagine the ones that are uncounted for, the ones that didn't make the statistic because they were never added to it.
Right.
It's a national crisis. Go ahead, love.
It looks like the numbers, they seem like they keep going up. They're not like going down.
Right. And the drugs is getting more deadlier and deadlier. Every year is getting. Now they got nitazane. Nitazane is making its way on the scene now, and it's way more powerful than xylazine.
Oh my God.
Right. Tell me about it. Every time you think you fighting one, you trying to you getting some type of solution on one, boom, they come out with another one.
Unbelievable.
So it's like, man, they just they out to kill people now with these type of drugs they putting out there. Just death,
And,
selling poison.
right. And then they're putting money in their pocket, the people
And
that are selling it.
somebody made a comment. I want to address that comment. But first, I have to say this: all you moderators that have ranch, if you have a ranch, Mal is turning that wrench into a baseball bat. So if anyone come in here and try to start drama with Mal, hit them with your bat, all right? Get a home run. Boop, hit them with that bat, get them out of here. So that wrench is a baseball bat. So anyone coming here with some negativity, chat moderators, use your bat, all right? Get a home run. I just had to put that out there. So let's continue.
I don't understand why anybody will want to come out negative towards you because, like I said in my last meet with you on here, you're like a God sent angel to those people.
All of us, the AML family, it's not me and dear, it's all of us together. Teamwork.
You need the help, absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely. I agree with you on that 150%. But there's
Mhm.
always going to be haters.
And we're not about that. We have enough problems that we're dealing with. Like I said, we're humble, but at the same time, we mean business. This is not, you know, a situation for people to come in here and start, putting other people down. No, this is
Right,
serious matter. People, this is an epidemic, and we need people to, stay focused, and we
right,
need more people to learn empathy and compassion. That's the only way this situation was stop. If people stop, judging people because of the situation, and understand the situation,
mhm,
how they can help the situation.
mhm, right, right,
But if my family member was in this lifestyle, or if I would not settle for this lifestyle, because somebody said, oh, if the person is happy living their life, let them live their life, let them live. If you see your child hanging off a cliff, you're gonna just stand there and let your child be hanging off that cliff and say that's the life you want to live as a cliffhanger, let him hang on that cliff. And he's hanging for dear life. You're just gonna say let him live that life. No, you're gonna do something because they're not in their right mind to make right choices. So you that's in your right mind, you have to make the right choice for them. That's my
right,
perspective,
right,
because some people say, "Oh, if they live in that life, they want to live that life. They're happy living that." In my opinion, nobody in their right mind is happy living that life. It's just
no,
because of circumstances. That's why they're living that life. No human being in their right mind will want to be sleeping on the ground. Rain, you're getting beat with rain. You're getting beat with snow. You're not taking showers. You're not eating proper. You're in hell. Nobody in their right mind even people in third world country don't want to live that life.
right,
So I'm just saying that's from my perspective. If my family member is going through that, I'm not going to say, oh, let them live that life. No.
no, not
Especially
at
if
all.
it's my child. I'm gonna literally be so annoying to my child, and I believe that, enabling, I get it, but like you have to be there to be like telling them, this is not you, you are better than this, stuff like that, because people need to know. They still need to know, in order for them to make the choice at some point, you have to
Mhm,
be there all the time. You don't have to give
right,
them money, but you always answer the phone. Always, I get it. It's so, but I would be so annoying. I mean, I would be down there bothering my children every day. Every day.
Yeah, facts.
I would quit my job. That would be my full-time job. And as a parent, I feel like that's what you sign up for.
Mm.
Um,
Amen. Speak that. It's parents out there who went bankrupt trying to save their kids from drugs. That's how powerful
mhm,
a parent love is. You'll do anything if you love your child.
right.
So if you don't love your child, then you can be like, okay, let them live at the life they want to. I'm not trying to say you don't love your child, but don't see your child out there suffering, and due to they say they don't want help, so you just leave them. Still try to, because it might be that one day your words might click. That
Right.
one day, all it takes is just one day. You keep on being persistent.
Right.
But if you give up early, you say, "Oh, it's very draining." Loving somebody that's in addiction is the hardest thing you'll ever do. Is draining. It would drain the life out of you. So that's when you just take a break. You rest. That's
It's
just my
also
my.
very emotionally draining.
Tell me about it. It's no joke.
You know,
So many
emotionally.
heartbroken parents out there that's heartbroken. So what do you think about this other measure that they're trying to put in place, that if they see you out there in a tent, they offer you help and you don't want the help, you're going to jail?
Mm-mm. That's not going to help them. That is not going to help them at all.
And that's a tough debate too, because some people say, oh, jail helped them turn their life around, and some people say jail just made their situation worse. So it's an individual difference thing. That's what society have to understand. What worked for one person is not going to work for the next person.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the hard reality a lot of us face to understand. People come on here, oh, this worked for me, so they think it's going to work for the next person. When I ask that person, did they work for you? They're like, no, I had bad side effects. I didn't like it. Individual differences. So that's it. Everybody different.
Right. I'll tell you, this this is getting worse, the situation, and it's extremely heartbreaking because not only that, it's like where else can those people get help? You know, how do you think putting them in jail is going to help them?
Doesn't work for
They should be
everyone.
placed, right, but they should be placed like in a program or like in housing until further notice. Me personally, I don't think jail will help any of them.
Because when people come home from jail, what happened? A lot of the times you don't have a stable place to live.
No.
And also having a record stops you from doing a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like these people have obstacles in their way, and it's hard for them to, become a productive member of society, because society has already given them strikes that makes certain
Exactly.
things unattainable to get because you have a record.
Right. And they don't want to give them a chance.
Yeah, exactly. And you know how society is already. When they find out you have been in jail, you already become condemned. You already become excluded from a lot of things
Mm-hmm.
just because of that word alone. You've been in jail. Or if you say drugs, you've been involved in drugs, then that's another stigma. Those who haven't been on it, they gonna look at you like you the odd one in the bunch. So that stigma has to be broken, completely broken. Society needs to be more educated, and kids need to also be educated by the schools
Absolutely.
and at home, because it can happen to them too.
Absolutely.
So someone
Definitely.
said Pete said family don't see their kids in Kensington because they are far away and will just drain their life force. That's right. I understand that, Pete. But like I said, if you have as your child, right? You love your child, and most parents love their child. You would get on the airplane and go to the end of the world to save your child. So that's not, a valid reason to say because they live far away. I understand that you have to take time for yourself as a parent because your mental health matters. But I'm just trying to say, don't give up on your child because they need your love more than anything else, even though they're struggling. They need to know that you love them. Don't judge them, listen to them, and just find out options on what can help them.
Right.
A lot of parents, they want to be tough. They want to curse at the child. They want to, be because that child is sick. That has he or she has an addiction.
Yep.
So it's really hard. It's a hard one. And that's what we stuck at, fam. That's what we stuck at. Everyone is putting their 2 cents together for us to come up with a solution for this problem. Tammy C is in the building. She's going to add her perspective on this because we need all the help we can. Welcome, Tammy. How you doing, dear?
Hey, how are you, Mel?
Oh, thank God for life. Can't complain.
Good, good. Yes. Perspective, as parents, I'll say. I have a son who's 31 on the streets. And we have seen our son go into jail. We almost lost our son in jail because when they go into jail, they don't get the help they need. They literally put them in a cell and they are there to detox on their own. They're not given anything to help them. Jail's not the answer.
Right. Exactly.
And it's okay. I think, you had mentioned, about not helping them. I think I had heard you say that or something. I don't know. I
About
read it in
not helping them. I always want to help them.
somebody saying, that you have to let them go or something. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Let me know.
they said something like, if people are happy living their life, let them live their life. Something, I don't know if that's the one you're referring to.
Yes, it is.
Mhm.
But they're not happy.
Speak on it.
They are not happy. My son is not happy. If they were happy, do you think they would be slowly killing themselves?
Right. That's not a happy life, in my opinion,
I
to
would
nobody.
love to go find where our son is. I would love to.
You should send me his picture and I will go look for him for you.
You
I'll be out
know
there
what?
tomorrow.
All we know is because he had called yesterday. If any parents are on here, we know in our hearts, I have a mother's heart. When I don't hear from him, I know he's binging.
Right.
I just know it because it's a pattern. And it's we don't have to help our children with money.
Right.
We don't help our son with money. We say to him when he asks us to help him out, or like, okay, where's a Walmart or something? We will order it online and you can pick it up.
Right.
Or you need a meal. Let us know what restaurant. We will go and pay for a meal for you. It's,
right.
I don't know how to explain it. I mean, but being a parent, it's very hard because it drains you. It not only drains you mentally, it drains your pocketbook.
Yeah.
Because we have helped our son. We have put him in places. When he was younger, our son was given painkillers at 14 for an accident he had at football. After that, it just got worse as time went on.
Right.
All we can do is pray for them. And I put it in the comments. I send my son a message. I try every day. If I don't do it every day, I'll try, every other day. And I'll just send him a message letting him know we love you. We want you to be well.
Right.
There are so many people that don't have that.
Agree.
Maybe their parents are addicts too.
Yep.
But we can't judge. You can't judge if you don't know the situation.
Right. Facts.
These people are broken. Our son is broken. When he called yesterday, his little boy turned 8 years old. He hasn't seen him in 4 years because of addiction. Yes, it is his choice. To an extent, it is their choice to start. Okay. And I learned this through a program, Al-Anon, that is their choice. But for our son, it wasn't a choice. He was given medication that was supposed to help him. Thank you, big, pharma. Thank you so much. And that's not being nice.
Right. I hear you.
It's, again, if you don't know, don't judge.
Facts.
Show compassion to them. These people are literally broken. The families are broken. I started watching on here, Mel, okay? All over the United States. To see if I could see my child. If he was alive. And it's just, yeah. I mean, again, I can't say it enough. Don't judge. Because that could be you laying on that street, putting that needle in your arm, or smoking that crack pipe. That could be you in a heartbeat.
Yep.
That's all I got to say. I'm sorry. I'm done. I rant.
Well, we appreciate you, Tammy, as always, for stopping by and shedding light. And we know what you're going through also, and you're a mom. What do you think about that whole daycare situation, Tammy?
I'm 3 hours from there, and if I could be there, I would.
What message would you like to say to the family?
What message to the families of those babies? I am very sorry for your loss. And I hope that whoever did this is brought to justice. Because
they got arrested.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they both got arrested. The man and the woman got arrested.
Oh, that's what we were watching on there. Those were the people? Shame on them.
Daycare center, you got a fentanyl laboratory running in the daycare center. And you know how powerful that drug is alone. Just touching it alone can kill you. Imagine a small baby.
Exactly. You can't even touch it to your skin. Breathing that in will kill you.
Yeah.
And these are little babies. I can't imagine. I cannot imagine.
So imagine how many other daycare center or other places are doing stuff like that hasn't been busted. That
Yeah.
makes you wonder, right?
Yeah. I mean, I hear people saying, that it's coming from Mexico. Yes, it is. But what people don't realize either is this stuff is coming out of Canada now.
What?
It's
Damn.
coming out of Canada too because they are having a hard time bringing it over through Mexico. So now they're pipelining it through Canada.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is getting out of control.
And this trank, this just makes me sick.
And then they got another one they added to the mix now is nitazene. That's powerful. That's way more powerful than Trank.
Nitazene, that's a
Mhm.
tranquilizer.
That's another one, nitazene.
Nitazene, okay. Little background, okay. My father trained thoroughbred racehorses. I've been on farms, all that, all my life. Nitazene they use in zoos.
Damn.
And it's sad because they're buying it online because the other stuff they have a harder time getting.
And I have a
Yeah.
question. Does anybody know if they've made? I know that they're pushing, especially in Pennsylvania specifically, because honestly, the xylazine, if I believe it's like pure from COVID because they couldn't find the cuts that they used to use, so the horse farms and all that, it was easier to get, and it's not a scheduled drug, so people can get, so but I think that they're pushing to make it, and I'm wondering how long will that take? I mean, come on.
Right. Exactly.
Why?
I don't even think the drug dealers knew what they were doing when they did this shit.
Me either.
Man, it's out of control now. And the scary part is I'm seeing more and more young faces that's falling into that hole because of peer pressure of their boys or their girl. Oh, take this pill. It's gonna make you feel better. If you ain't want to take it, or you this, oh you lame. You're not cool. You know the peer pressure stage, and how many other children who are not resilient to stand strong against that, because a lot of us we fell victim to that type of pressure.
Well, I just wonder how far is this going to go, because one thing I am, and I can't even say I'm thankful for it because it's so awful. The drugs are like so bad now, like in terms of opiates. I mean, for children nowadays, I know when I was growing up, it was just like, okay, you get addicted. Yeah, it was bad, but now it's like flesh eating wounds, and stuff that kids can actually see. So, I feel like most of opiate addicts, if you look at it statistically, are 30 to 40 years old. We got addicted to pills. Like she was saying, her son did. That wasn't my story, but most of us got addicted to pills. And then we're in 30 to 40-year-olds. That's the decade that this affects. But none of us signed up for this shit. None of us thought this was going to happen. You know what I mean? So, but we were too far into it. Like I said, I got out just in time, just during COVID when it was starting to be introduced, because I'm right near Philly. That's where I would go, but it was just starting. I remember they had, they still had bags that didn't have trank in them. Now some of the bags are 90% trank.
Yeah, I heard
live
that.
in
Go ahead.
a small city in New York State. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it, south of Rochester, New York.
Yeah, I heard of Rochester.
Okay. We lost 3 young people, women, young girls, 21 to 23 in a week and a half this past week.
Wow.
3. They died.
Because somebody ran to Philly, how much do you want to bet? And came back and sold that crap
Flipped
around
it.
there.
Yeah, they flipped it.
That's
That's what they
exactly what
do.
happened. And they probably didn't even know what they were doing, man.
We got it coming in from Syracuse and everywhere up here. It's crazy. I
They got
mean,
that.
we know the officers here. And they're like, we're a small city. You know, we can only do so much. And I'm like, because I've talked with them, I've actually asked the one officer that has dealt with our son, which I'm hoping to be able to do an interview with him in the next month or so about what they're doing and going through in our small city to stop this from coming in.
Right? They got that border open. So long as the border is open, people are going to keep. And the sad part is regular looking people who look like the moms and pops. They bringing this stuff in too, because the cops, they're not going to stop them like that, because they look, like the mom and pops, the innocent next door neighbors. They the one bringing this stuff in.
60, 70-year-old men and women.
Yep. They pay them top dollars to bring the stuff in.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like I'm watching on here and I'm seeing these young people. And that young man with the brown pants, that could be my son right there. That could have been my son. I don't know. I can't see his face.
Right. And it's so heartbreaking. As a
I mean,
parent.
he has said, that he's in Kentucky. We don't know.
Right.
Because I've begged him, please do not go to Pennsylvania.
Right, exactly. Don't come here. You're stuck.
I told him, do not go to Pennsylvania. Stay away from there. And he's like, why? He goes, I can go there and do whatever I want there.
There's Sarah and Laurel.
That's your girl from
great.
Savage.
I told you, it was so crazy. She came and spoke at a rehab. I was at Bowling Green in 2019, and she had just like a little over 2 or 3 years clean, if I can remember correctly, and just starting out. And I mean, she just does such good work, man.
And listen, you could be just like her too. You're on that road, dear. So long your certain things change for you, you'll be just like her, or
right.
even more. Do your own thing, but you can do the exact same thing.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for her. I feel like she, she's there for the right. She just made this post the other day. Did you see that they elected officials voted to ban overdose prevention centers, which is probably things like safe injection sites, blah 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 blah, etc. But then in her post, listen, I love her posts because they're so good, man. Then she was like, but what didn't change today was the East Coast, well, probably the nation's largest open air drug market and our toxic drug supply, but they can ban shit to react to the problem, man. It's crazy.
Right, exactly.
Be careful out there, Angie. Be careful.
Yeah, people are doing great jobs out there. Together we are powerful. I will always say that. We're all on the same mission.
I'm just hoping,
drones in the building.
I'm really hoping though that this, honestly, I don't know if it will be, but man, with like the visual representation of the opioid crisis right now, that if nothing else, it saves our future generations from the opioid crisis. Because when I was a kid, like I said, I couldn't see the things that it was going to do to me. I just heard about it, so it wasn't like a visual that I could see. I can literally show my kids, listen to me, this is what it's going to do to you.
Yes.
And at least that we have that. And it's so sad to say that people have to be dying out there with flesh eating wounds, but hopefully, if nothing else, it will save my children from this, because seriously, I can't imagine that it can get. This has to be the breaking point. It has to be.
I have changed my channel. I have a channel to bringing awareness to addiction now.
What's your channel? What's the name of your channel?
Tammy C.
Is that on the channel that you're on right now? That's your channel you're commenting
Yeah,
from?
that's my channel.
Okay, I'll definitely check you out, AML fam. Let's go check out Tammy C.
I do,
Show her some love.
I have pictures of the dog, and I put, other stuff on there. I do a lot of shorts, and a lot of them are positive. And Mel, I think I have a video up on there of our son.
Let's check out Tammy C channel, y'all. I'm gonna go to her channel right now. Yeah, you say you have a video of your son?
I think I have one of him, showing. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Sorry.
I'm gonna go
That's
try to
our
check out your
son's
channel.
dog that has PTSD.
Tammy C. Let me see T. I don't know if you're popping. If you're popping, YouTube gonna recommend you ASAP. But if you're not popping, I gotta find you in the Matrix.
No, it's Tammy. Capital C.
TAMMC. Okay, capital C.
TAMMY.
Yeah, but the algorithm YouTube is weird. Like if you
I
are
know.
not popular like that, they're gonna put you
I
at
only
the
have
bottom of the
100.
barrel.
I think I got 160 subscribers because guess what? People don't want to hear about this stuff.
Oh yeah, exactly. Let me see.
They want drama.
Right, exactly. Yep, facts. So I'm trying to find your channel, but it's not popping up. Yeah, the algorithm is not recommending our girl Tammy C.
No.
The
They don't like
the algorithm said I gotta dig deep to find you. Let me see. So yeah, AML fam is 7:37. We're shutting down at 8 o'clock. But yeah, I appreciate everyone for that stop by to
Yes,
show
I
love.
appreciate you, and I hope you do find me. I mean,
yeah, I'm trying hard. Hold on, let me share the screen.
You can go in and click on my name.
Yeah, I'll have to wait till you get off the what's the name first. That's the thing for me to go into
Yeah,
your
that's
channel.
what I'm gonna do right now. I will leave.
Where am I at? What did I do?
You guys all have an amazing night. Everybody be blessed. And I am very proud of all of you that are clean. And
I'll be praying for your son, Tammy.
Thank you.
Right.
Keep fighting.
Yep.
Don't give up. You have people that love you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you guys. So AML fam, like I said, I came up here today. I didn't really have nothing planned. But yo, listen, right? We have a lady. She wants to come down to Kensington to see CJ. She's an AML family supporter. She said that ever since she saw CJ video, he hasn't left her mind. And she want to drive 5 hours to come to Kensington to see CJ. I went out there, I was there. I'll be back in Kensington this week, but I was out there Friday. I didn't see CJ. People said that he was around, but he left. I want to let him know there's a female that wants to travel 5 hours to come and see you. Are you willing to it or not? So yeah, you have somebody willing to drive 5 hours to come and see CJ, guys. Isn't that amazing? What do y'all think? You think she's gonna do some magic touch and CJ is gonna be like, okay, I want to get up out of here and get myself together since his family tried, he didn't budge. You think a female touch could make him budge? Ladies, what y'all think? Yeah, don't y'all like cleaning up men and changing their diapers? I'm just playing. But yeah, I hope it work out. I don't really. She said she wants to come and see CJ. It's been on her mind. So I don't know. I had one guy come from Kentucky one time to come fix one of our people car. So yeah, you got people that travel far to come down to Kensington. But I just like, wow, you want to drive 5 hours to come here to see one person? That's deep. So I can't wait to see CJ and let him know. Listen, she sent her picture and everything. She said, "This is my picture." Show it to him, and I can't wait to show CJ and see what he's saying. I'll let you know. Anybody else would like to add anything before we wrap up tonight?
I have a question.
Sure.
Um, do you think that this epidemic is ever going to be put to a stop?
And to be honest
And
with you, no, because it's too much money. Too much money is in it, so it will never be put to a stop. What we could do is just control it and educate people. Once we educate people and they have that knowledge,
right?
That's what's most important. Educating the world, giving them that knowledge, because the devil is always going to be here, tempting people, taking people down his road. But
Right.
if you're educated well enough and you have good people around you, giving you the knowledge that you need to survive, you good. A lot of us that ain't have that knowledge that we needed to survive. That's why we end up the way we did, because we didn't have it. Even if it was there, it was not enough.
Right.
Did not persuade us enough. But
Education
yeah,
is definitely key for that.
look, you know why it's never going to go away? Because the doctors is always going to keep prescribing you a pill to take for your pain. They're always going to prescribe you this. That's why so many people now are going into, traditional medicines. A lot of people don't want to deal with these doctors anymore because they'll write you a script faster than anything.
Right.
So yeah, that never going to stop. We just got to educate people. That's our weapon, educating people.
Yeah, because this is getting tremendously worse.
They want the truth to be hidden. They don't want people to see the truth. And they have brainwashed society so that when society look at that, they look at it in disgust. They look at it as trash, as a moral failure, instead of helping people who need help.
Exactly.
So that's where we're stuck at.
These people are human beings. Like that lady that was talking about her son. Like that to me is extremely heartbreaking. It's terrible that they're not happy. They're not happy. Anyone who has addiction or
it's a nightmare. It's torture. You're torturing yourself. With you have an addiction is basically a torture that you're giving yourself, especially in 2023, especially with the drugs that are out there now. You feel good and all that, but at the same time, what is it doing to you? It's tearing you up. It's killing you. That's what it's doing. But it feels so good that people don't want to stop it, even if it's killing them. And you got people who are mourning your death while you're still alive. That's the sad part. That's my email address. Message me if you have a topic you want to cover. You're more than welcome to host your own show. This platform is open to everyone. If you have a topic you want to cover, you're more than welcome to email me. Like, yo, Mal, I want to cover this topic. I want to educate the AML family on this topic. And I'll give you a Sunday slot. It will be all yours for you to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Because sometimes I don't be having much to talk about. So I need your help, fam. Each of us have things we can learn from one another. So don't be afraid. You don't have to turn your cam on. You can be you can be a wizard and just be behind the curtains. All right. Okay, fam. Anybody? Let me see. Okay, we asking some questions. If you want to ask questions, now is the time to ask your question. I'm going down the line. There goes. Hey, drones. You know what I said? I told my mods that that wrench is a baseball bat. So if a troll come in here, hit him with that baseball bat. Get a home run. Send him to Never Ever Land. So yeah, don't play with these trolls. They come after your boy Mau Mau. Use that bat. Hit him like naughty by nature. All right, so let's go. No, you're doing a great. All right, let's see. No amateur. Yeah, I'm taking questions. Bree, our girl Alyssa, she's doing well. She's maintaining her recovery. She and her mom is still together. They rebuilding their relationship. It's all good. All good news. She's healing. Hopefully the mother will will be open one day to do an interview with the AML family one day. But I'm giving them their space because this what happened to her daughter is very traumatic. So giving them all the space, all the time they need in the world. But yeah, Alyssa is doing very, very good. Oh yo, DK. We can link up this Saturday coming up. All right, D. I'll message you. I'll be out there this weekend. I'll be out Kensington next week. So we could link up and help you out with your channel and your mission that you're on. You're doing great. Yeah. Drones All Ego is another great content creator who's helping Kensington with medical supplies and all those things, showing the unfiltered reality that people don't want to see, but we have to show it to break the stigma and for people to know what's going on in this country. And constantly chasing drugs, who is happy not being able to function without a substance? Yeah, it's a nightmare. So many people who are in addiction, they tell me they're on a hamster wheel, just spinning in circles, and it's not getting better. It's never going to get better. It's just going to get worse because you don't know what's in the bag. They give it to you, but especially samples, they give out samples like crazy. I be walking with people, samples. So that's why a lot of people stay stuck in Kensington because everything is there. Even if you don't have money, you get free drugs from samples. So they make it that way so you're stuck in that place. Aubrey, that's another person I haven't seen in a while. My guess is when you don't see them, they could be in jail or in rehab. I don't want to think about death, but I just pray that they're in jail getting right or they're in rehab turning their life around. But I haven't seen Aubrey or her boyfriend for quite some time. Pray they're okay. All right, let's keep on going on. Yes, sir. Good stuff, brother. Thank you for popping up. Daniel is another good brother. Him and his wife, they go out to Kensington to preach the word of God to the people out there because they need prayers. Prayers is the demonic hold that got a hold of them. So you need people, powerful people, men and women of God to pray. I mean, get on your knees if you have to break these chains from these people because some of them don't have family who pray. They don't have mother who pray. They don't have fathers who they just living life as is. So they need prayers for those who can pray. So thank you, Daniel, for being in the lion's den. Our brothers and sisters definitely need it. All right, let's go down, see any other questions we have. Yeah, we shutting down at 8 o'clock. What is my Keldon? Oh, okay, somebody asking for someone email. Drones, do you still have the squirrels? Yeah, one thing about Kensington, the squirrels over there are friendly because they be hungry. So they know people always, giving out food. So when they see you, and they're not afraid. One thing about Kensington squirrels, they're not, them squirrels are gangster. Yeah, they see you eating, they coming up to you, they gangster. They're like, you gonna share some of that with me or what? Or I'm gonna have to scratch you. Or bite you or something. I'm tired of them and feel like I am ready. Lisa, hey Lisa, go for it, girl. If you're talking about drugs, you're tired of them and you feel like you're ready, go for it, love. Because if you don't change, that means you are accepting it. That's the reality. If you don't change it, that means you're accepting it. Anything that you're not willing to change, you're accepting. So that's the moral of the story. Okay, let's see. Can you please explain the sample thing? Oh, sample is free drugs. The dealers, when the chemists finish mixing up the drugs, how whatever new drug they have, they want to test on people. That's where the samples come in. They want to test out, and sometimes you know what happened? They'll put a bag in there that's a death bag. They call it a death bag. So out of all the samples that they give out, somebody is going to get that death bag, and that death bag is going to kill that person. And then people going to be like, "Damn, I want to go. Who's selling that? I want that. I want that." It's weird that death will attract people to a certain to a certain bag. Death. When somebody died, they be like, "Oh, that's some good shit." Well, who's selling that? So yeah, sometimes the dealers will include death bags in the samples. Somebody got to die. And then when that person died, they know whoever selling that bag got the good stuff. It's sad, but that's how they make their money. And samples, they give it out freely. So it keeps people coming back. You'll get a sample, you'll tell your people, yo, that block got this. And you'll see a whole group of people like a concert. You know, like a concert, when a concert let out, how people be like coming out by the bunch. That's how when samples are called, you'll see it just like a concert got let out. Everybody just going. And that's the sample for you. But sample is very dangerous because you don't know how powerful it is. And a lot of people die because of that, because some of these samples are very powerful. That's why they're trying to experiment it on people. So that's a little scenario about samples. It's free. It's given out daily in Kensington. So that's why people don't leave, because you can get free drugs. I can only imagine that they put in the $1 bags. I heard they sell $2 bags in some places. $2 bags. Damn. What type of profit are you gonna make with $2? Samples made to tie you down and keep you sick. Yup, Sameka, you right. You hit that on the point. You hit that on the head. That's what sample does. If you leave hamster on the wheel, he'll run himself to death. Patricia, yeah, that's why they say they're on a hamster wheel, because you're just in the circle. That's all you do all day is you're in a circle, chasing a high. That's your whole life is revolve around getting high all day. And that's a full-time job. A full-time job, a miserable full-time job too, because you can't keep a regular job because you're going to be nodding off and everybody going to notice it at work. I work at Fridays, and a lot of my coworkers will come to work nodding off. I'll catch them nodding off in the bathroom, nodding off right at the time clock. They'll be clocking in, but they'll be nodding off right there. And you a server, you going to serve people your food. You nodding off with the tray in your hand. So it makes you unreliable. That's why you can't keep a regular job with a habit like fentanyl, xylazine. It makes you unreliable. All right, fam. I think. Oh my God, that's terrifying. It is terrifying. It's horrible. They give out samples of drugs just like local grocery store. Yeah, Angie, that's how it goes. You know how it goes. And you'll hear it too outside. You'll be walking, you'll hear it. I'll be walking all the time and I hear samples. People will even ask me, yo, you shoot dope? I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good. I don't do that. They're like, then the people who I might be with, it was like, yo, we got some samples you want to get. And you know, they're gonna be like, yeah, I want samples. I've seen it. quite often. So samples is out. Yeah, yo, you hit that on the head, princess. Samples is Russian roulette. It's a Russian roulette because you don't know how powerful it is, and people die from that. But like I said, yeah, they put a death bag in the samples to kill people, so that way it can make them get more customers. Nodding off at work, we will get told. We will get told on a quick. Yeah, I seen that. So at that time, I didn't really know when I was working at Fridays. I didn't really know about the xylazine and drink like that because I used to see my coworkers like nodding off in the bathroom, nodding off at the time machine time clock. I didn't really understand. I knew they was on something, but I didn't know what it was. But until I educated myself, and I'm like, oh, it's xylazine drink that was on. I lost a couple of my coworkers too to drugs. Thank you for everything you do. You're an angel. Oh, thank you, Michelle. The AML family are angels. Teamwork makes the dream work. So who means Sarah still here? Yo, Sarah, you a rider, yo. You
I
all right?
am still here. I feel like we actually talked pretty good. Like I was like didn't know anything about what you sent me, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't watch
fam-
the news too much. You know,
me neither.
honestly I try
Don't.
to stay away from the news. It's too much.
Man, yeah. We're focusing on a very important mission, The news, I'm glad the news are getting involved in this and they all, talking about it more because it wasn't like this, few a year ago. It wasn't talked about like how it's being talked about now. So that's good. It's getting out there. We just need more people to accept it that it is what it is. We just have to work on finding a solution for it instead of shaming people, judging people. All that's doing is just making the fire just grow more. That's
Right.
what I think.
And I do honestly, I do feel for Philly because it's like they probably really just don't know what to do, but that's why the federal government needs to step in. And I mean, not like honestly, I don't like I don't have faith in much of the system even federally, but I'm just saying Philadelphia probably really doesn't know what to do because even like 10 years ago Philadelphia wasn't being spoken about like this. It was like
Right.
actually Baltimore was
Yeah.
was the epicenter of the East Coast back
hmm
when I was younger. So yeah, I do feel for Philly because they need to do some drastic things that nobody anywhere in this country has ever had to do.
They got the money. They got the money. But where's this money going? They just give a whole bunch of money. A settlement was made,
That's what
and
I'm
a
saying.
lot of
So
that
why
money
wouldn't
was
you
given.
open the harm reduction centers? Why wouldn't you open that? Where is all the money going in Philly? I mean,
Right.
wound care, whatever. You're just maintaining the problem. I don't understand.
Jones or Eagle said, Mal, did you hear that one of my uploads got Linda off the streets? Her sister thought she was dead. And great job, Jones. And these videos that we do, some people they don't understand it because there's other videographers out there that are making it bad for the ones who are doing it with genuine heart. You got people out there completely, exploiting to the max. They're not giving nothing back to the community. Everything is just getting pocketed for themselves. When you got me, drones, and other content creators, we give back to the community. We out there giving people stuff, helping them reconnecting them with their families. So there are good content creators out there. We're not all the same because I be out there and people. I try to do interviews with people. Though it's like no, because some other person interviewed me, and the next thing I know, I was on YouTube with a horrible title. I'm a drug addict, prostitute, all this. I'm like, listen, I don't do that. I humanize because I don't want nobody titling my video crackhead junkie just to get views. So that's the struggle we're having too as content creators out there who's trying to do positive things. We got people who are making it harder for us. So, Jones, keep on doing what you're doing. I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing, helping reconnect families with their loved ones. At least if they know they're alive, it, they can sleep. Ain't nothing worse than not knowing where your loved one is. You don't know if they are dead or alive. And there are so many families out there who don't know where their loved one is, and they watch these videos constantly searching for a sight of their loved ones. So that's why these videos are important. So Jones, thank you, brother. Continue doing what you're doing. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing too. And you know what's also awesome? Reporters, people from the Inquiry, is that newspaper name? One of those, some news reporter told me personally, he's like, what we're doing, 10 toes on the ground, going out there, interacting with people. He said he hasn't seen that in such a long time. And he said he are proud of us or what we're doing, because you don't have journalists or reporters going out there into the field, interacting with people in the midst of the war and talking to them, helping them. He said you don't see that no more. So he congratulated us, and I really, I really respected that, because that came from a news person. All right, AML family, is 801. Sarah, thank you so much for being a lovely co-host, dear. You're awesome as always. Yeah, thank you for helping me out, sticking by my side, because a lot of the times Mal be solo dolo. But yeah, thank you for, riding with me. And yeah, we're definitely gonna do some things together when you're ready.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
working on getting everything together now.
Yeah, we got your back. I told you, you can start your own YouTube channel whenever you're ready. We'll help you build your channel too, because teamwork makes the dream work. That's my motto in life.
Absolutely.
All
I
right.
hope you have a wonderful week. I hope everybody has a wonderful week.
You too. All right. You enjoy the rest of your week. Stay blessed. Okay, AML family. Thanks to everyone for stopping by. As always, I appreciate the love. Let's continue uplifting our brothers and sisters who are in the struggle. Let's continue being the voice for the voiceless. Let's continue giving our strength to those who are weak. And let's continue being a kind person. Continue spreading kindness. Thank you, Lady K, for the super chat. God bless you. New member. Oh, we got a new member in the house. Libby, thank you so much for being the new member. Welcome to the AML family. Here's all love and motivation. If you got a wrench, that's a baseball bat. Any haters come in here, hit them in the head. All right, fam? So you are all amazing people, and I love each and every one of you. AML family will not be what we are today if it wasn't for you. If it wasn't for you guys on the other side, it will not be as powerful as it is now. So we'll continue growing, and we'll continue spreading love. All right. So we about to clock out, fam. But before I roll out, don't be bitter, be better. Until next time, AML fam, we out there. Peace out.